when I'm practicing karate and the technique just kind of clicks with my body, I feel like, oh, that is the most natural way to move. That's the equivalent here in Star Wars of like
the balanced way, not the light way, the balanced way.
Yeah, the naturalist way. Yeah. Are you really ripping the power as much as you can through yourself? You using some sort of dark way to maximize your power, and then it's just a battle of who is the strongest person, who went to the gym and lifted the most weights, rather than the technical skill of doing things.
Are you saying gym bros are Sith Lords?
No, I'm not going to give them that.
Hello there. You found the Lost Holocron, an ancient artifact of lore and legends from a galaxy far, far away. Each transmission of the Lost Holocron, you'll join an episodic discussion of media from the Star Wars universe. We will be your guides. We have Tim, Grogu.
Oh, yay!
My name is Kyle, also known as Gabriel. We have Scott. His name is Victor.
Wow.
Oh wait, I lost Stuart. I lost Stuart. Where is he? Oh no. Embarrassing. Oh, Stuart. Stuart, you're Blyle.
Blyle? Because of course
we're all conjoined twins that were removed from our sibling.
Huh. Okay. You could have gone with Dr. Venture with that one too.
Could have.
He had remember JJ was his little twin that he ate in the womb.
Instead, I went with American Dad, Dead by Daylight, Malignant, and Basket Case.
Don't know.
These references are getting more and more unhinged.
Oh, right. I have more to read. I'm sorry. I did my bit. End of podcast. We're going to be covering material up to and including Chapter 22 of Dark Force Rising. Stuart, whatever happened in this episode?
As Mara reclaimed one of Talon Karrde's impounded ships, she was captured by an Imperial Star Destroyer. Declaring herself to be the Emperor's hand, she is taken directly to Grand Admiral Thrawn. She offers a trade of Karrde's knowledge of the long-lost fleet of warships, the Katana Fleet, for organization-wide immunity within Imperial space. Thrawn insincerely accepts the offer and sends Mara on her way with a tracker to locate Karrde and extract the information himself. He declared to Captain Pellaeon that Jade is a deserter not worthy of the Empire. Talon Karrde was captured and is awaiting torture for the information about the Imperial fleet. Deceived into being party to his capture, Mara Jade is loath to ask for the help of Luke Skywalker in freeing Karrde from Thrawn's flagship, Chimaera. Her previous position as a direct agent of the Emperor still leaves her with permanent access into Imperial databases. Tim, what happened in Chapter 22? And Tim,
you muted
please
Tim.
Unmute yourself.
You fool.
Oh my God.
You insolent child.
Oh.
I
am getting old now. Disguised as a cargo shuttle, Mara and Luke land aboard the Chimaera. After confirming they have a few hours before they will be released, Luke uses his lightsaber to cut through their own hull and the decking into the flight prep area. Luke steals 3 flight suits to blend in as they make their way to the detention area. While Mara leverages her backdoor access into the Star Destroyer's main computer, Luke makes his way through the garbage compactor to the detention level. Between the shift changes, Luke releases Karrde from his cell. Karrde is sleep-deprived, but otherwise in fair condition to make the escape back through the garbage compactor. They meet back up with Mara and make it all the way to the elevator without being discovered. Mara suspects they have enough time to seal the hull of their stolen cargo shuttle before they get clearance to leave. On the bridge, Captain Pellaeon is overseeing the bridge deflector control overhaul as Thrawn walks in to hear a final report for the evening. A report from Endor prompts Thrawn to assign the appropriated Millennium Falcon to deep storage. Pellaeon shares another report from the surface where a dead Ysalamir piques their interest. From the design of the Ysalamir nutrient frame, Thrawn divines that they have been boarded. A call to the detention area confirms Karrde's escape, and he orders a ship-wide lockdown. And suspecting that Mara possesses hardwired access codes, orders the shutdown of the Chimaera's main computer.
I think that Thrawn shouldn't have sounded the alarm.
No,
Why
I
not?
just
I think this just gives them an opportunity to know that they've been found. Whereas if he just said, let them get back to their ship, they obviously want to come out the way that they came in. We'll just destroy all the shuttles once we've offloaded them.
What if he doesn't know where they are?
Well, he might suspect that they'd come back there.
I think he, of all people, is able to at least shut down the ship.
Yeah, but
He's
then
like, no
they
one's
know.
getting in or out of my ship.
Yeah, but then they would know that something is wrong. Whereas if they're just allowed to proceed back to their escape, I mean, he could shut down the escape pods maybe. But how else is somebody going to get in and out of the ship? They've got to go back to. He suspects that they got in through the one of the cargo shuttles, and we just blow them all up when they leave. He can spare that thing as a dictator. Dictators don't care about the messengers.
Can they? They're trying to get ships.
Yeah, but they're all like little supply ships. You can find tons of those around the galaxy. You just resupply at a different port.
No, they seem strapped for resources a bit. So
I don't know. I think it probably could go either way. But again, sometimes the story just has to happen, Stuart.
But I mean, he's also doing this to block Mara's access. And
right.
I mean, she could potentially do more damage. She could like get records, or she could do damage to the ship. She could get rid of some crew somehow or something. I don't know. It's taking away an advantage, preventing a threat, and like it would be ideal if he could do that when they're near the shuttle, but he doesn't have a way to know where they are.
Yeah, I guess so. Particularly if like she wanted to get into the main computer and put like a virus or I don't know, damage their own information. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I get
it's a pretty safe. It's a pretty safe bet.
Yeah, just going and just uploading like the Rick Astley video to everything. Every time they open something, it's just, you get rickrolled. Just has a little USB.
All the links in this episode's document is going to be to Never Gonna Give You Up.
I am so glad we kept following this plot line.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm very happy we're going further with it. I'm a little worried that we're going to go to somewhere not necessarily stupid, but I'm happy where we are right now.
Oh man, what if we're reaching the end of this book via this?
What if we get
what if they're being propelled? What if they're being propelled to the conclusion of this book's story? Whatever that is.
I mean, we did say that there was going to be a show off at the actual fleet, the Katana Fleet, but I'm not sure what's going to happen now. Yeah.
I guess they didn't realize that we don't actually have many chapters of this book left.
Yeah.
What? There's 29 chapters, and I've got 7 chapters to go.
Yeah.
This has been a brilliant book, guys.
Yeah. The Dark Force is just rising. It's not necessarily going to be here.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. It has been a good book. Yeah.
Well, I was saying, Heir to the Empire can suck it, because this has definitely been an even better book than that one.
Yeah. It's always the second entry.
Yep. I like it.
Oh man, the next one's going to suck, guys.
The second one is either the make or break.
Yeah.
Well, before we jump to that part, or continue with this chapter, do you think the next one, because we're glad that this one kept going, do you think it's going to keep going on?
It better.
Yeah. You don't want to go back to Honecker and find out what how Leia's going to fuck up her.
I mean, yes, but not right now.
Do you think R2 had a safe landing? Because that's what the next chapter is about.
R2 meeting up with with Admiral Akbar.
R2 meeting up with Winter.
R2 is just browsing a market.
I'd be down, honestly.
No, I enjoyed this. I think I'm surprised how fast they got to Karrde. It seems like they got on there, they went through a tunnel, and they got to him, ready to go.
Yeah, it's a quick turnaround.
And I'm also kind of surprised that the layout seemed somewhat similar to the Death Star, because Luke's probably going off of memory that like the trash compactor is connected to the detention area. But I don't know if it was mentioned that like all Imperials do that, but I did kind of have a moment there where I was like, this is a Star Destroyer, not the Death Star.
That's funny, yeah. Because in my head,
sure
when
they
I'm
would know.
imagining like where they're running, I'm imagining like the Death Star corridors and everything.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
didn't
they all
think of
look
that.
similar because it's all the same architecture that they're
Right.
using, and they'll be the same kind of like construction codes and stuff that
Right.
Yeah.
you know,
Fair.
near a
It's all
detention
Battleship
area you
grade.
have to have. That's probably the best place to be putting
Right.
all your trash.
Garbage
'cause-
chute.
Yeah.
I was just saying that's
Why?
Imperial. This is all probably Imperial standard, and that you vent you vent out the trash room directly into the jail cells.
No, you know what? It's because
How they feed the
all the jail
prisoners.
cells are above trash compactors, because when they're done with them, if they expire during their interrogation, then you just open up the floor and get rid of the
Oh,
body.
that's fair. That's fair. All right. I have been convinced. Yeah.
But I liked how it was a reversal of their escape
Me
in
too.
New Hope. They're like, oh, we're doing this backwards. Nice.
Yeah, that was fun.
As he was climbing up the walls of the trash compactor, I had no idea what he was doing. Like when he did, they said that he did like a Jedi assisted jump, a Force assisted jump, and then stuck out his legs. I was imagining him in like Claude Van Damme
Yeah.
super splits.
Yeah.
But then when it just started describing it more, I realized that he had like extended his legs, so he was pushing his back against the wall and kind of like stepping up the side. And it brought back this memory of me in high school that it was a really dumb architecture decision, because you know you got teenage boys in that in that school. That I saw it and I was like, I can do this, and it was seriously like a 5-meter climb. That it was just
God.
two walls about a meter, a little over a meter, like 4 feet wide. And so I just had my back on one wall and spent all lunchtime climbing up this wall. And if I'd slipped, that would have been a 5-meter drop. I would have broken my legs at the, at the very least.
Dang, Stuart.
I do like
You know,
adventure, but and I've probably done some other dangerous things as well like this, but that's one that I look back on and be like, oh, that was like stupid dangerous, not just dangerous.
Oh my God, the church I went to as a kid, the corner of the building would have, it was a brick building, and some of the bricks would be out a bit, like there were cubes going up the side of the building essentially. So you could just like wrap your fingers around on the corner of each one, and you had handholds to go like all the way up the building, and it was like a 3-story building.
Tim was out
I
there
think-
playing Assassin's Creed.
Right. I think I made it up like 1 story, and then I was like, all right, this is kind of stupid. I should stop.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I mean, who hasn't watched Emperor's New Groove and wanted to get a buddy and go back to back?
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I've never seen that twice. I've seen it in Emperor's New Groove, and I've seen it in A Way Out. Do you guys think that's viable to climb up a shaft?
Yeah, absolutely. I think so.
I think so.
Like, I did it by myself, so I'm sure that if we had another person on like a wider shaft,
If you were,
you'd have
if
to
you
take it
were
very
synchronized,
carefully.
yeah.
But yeah,
I think my only issue with it is how do you dismount that position?
Very, very carefully.
yeah. I would imagine it's much like what happened in the Emperor's New Groove. That like you've got one
Or
person.
you extend your llama neck out so that the person has enough room to
yeah, exactly. You make a T pose, and
Yeah, that would take quite a bit of coordination.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Like one person would have to like go up and grab the ledge. At the same time, the other would have to like grab onto that other person and hope they don't pull them down. And this all has to happen in a smooth motion. Or they both have to go onto like adjacent ledges and grab them. And that would take a lot of strength, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not try that.
But it's not about the destination. It's about the journey, though.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out when we get to the top.
Yeah.
But no, I enjoyed this chapter. I enjoyed when Thrawn came out. He's like, I imagine him in his pajamas, or getting ready for bed. He's like, just doing one more round. What do you think, Thrawn? I was thinking like a red smoking jacket, basically, basically a Hugh Hefner kind of.
That would look good on him.
Oh yeah, with the blue skin color.
I hope he has a nightcap too.
Oh yeah. I imagine something that like, because his usual, right? He's got the white Grand Admirals. I would imagine something a little bit like that, but like with gold trim. A white bathrobe with a gold trim on the lapels.
Yeah.
It's just his regular outfit, but made of cotton.
Which just like, I was gonna say, this gives me like retroactive memories of in the first chapter of the first book when he's drinking that Frovish ale and musing on like, oh, yes, this is the last piece of the puzzle in order for us to destroy the rebellion. That he was doing that in the smoking jacket as well.
Oh, that would be awesome.
And that other chapter 2 where he was like, this is the only species that I couldn't solve, and I destroyed them. He's just sitting there in the dark in a smoking jacket looking at that one piece of artwork.
He's got his pipe in his mouth.
Yeah. Basically, Thrawn found out that they were there by luck. If he hadn't decided to do one more rounds before bed, then they probably would have gotten away with it.
Yeah. I've heard a bit of writing advice that's like your heroes should never get lucky, but your villains always should, because that's
that's good.
What ratchets things for the heroes and why you want to. That's what creates the tension of like something lucky will disadvantage the way that you want the story to go.
It's really good.
I don't know. I enjoy main characters whose main power is luck.
Yeah.
Basically failing upwards. I enjoy it.
Dark Souls 3, luck is a stat.
Right, yeah. That scene from Deadpool 2 with Domino, that's great.
Yeah, it is. I love her power.
What happened in that one?
Her power is just that she's lucky, and as long as he goes with the flow, she's good. And like, there's just a scene where she just starts sprinting down a street, and just everything goes her way, and she ends up in the end battle scene.
Yeah. I don't know about you guys, but I really enjoyed seeing Luke and Mara work together this chapter.
Yeah, going very smoothly.
Yeah,
very efficient. Yeah.
Like I honestly, besides this little thing at the end where they like Thrawn got them, like like I said, they got in there, they got it done. They're like super quick,
perfect heist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're pretty well synchronized.
This would be the part in the movie when they look over and then there's that 1 second of like, will they, won't they? Before continuing with their mission.
Yeah.
I like his little force trick where he made the guys in the room, like he basically like took away their curiosity or whatever.
That was cool.
I think that was pretty cool. But
neat mind trick variation.
Does that borderline his he had the aversion of reading the people's mind in the village. Like does that borderline on mind fucking everybody, or you think it's still within like his Jedi parameters?
Probably better than the alternative of killing them. That's probably how he's seeing it.
That's true.
Yeah. I think as well that curiosity is like a high level thing. He's not going in there and being particularly invasive, but
True.
he's suppressing something very general rather than putting specific thoughts in their minds.
Mm.
And that's where I feel like he drew the line, that he doesn't want to go in there and like see their first person perspectives of what information is there in their minds to read their actual thoughts, but then to like make somebody happy or make somebody, less curious, make somebody change their moods, I think is much less invasive than something more specific.
Yeah.
But I did want to ask, like, what does Luke think the dark side actually is? Because at the moment, it doesn't seem like he's got any specific instruction. The line from which one? Empire was that you'll just know what it is when you see it. And Luke's told not to ask why. There is no why. Clear your mind of questions.
Okay. Probably seductive power.
Yeah.
That's probably
power over others.
Why he's questioning all these things, because he probably doesn't quite know like where the boundary is.
Yeah, I think power over others is kind of like a good theme of the dark side too, and he definitely wants to avoid that.
Because for me, Phantom Menace is what made the nature of the dark side clear.
Oh, well, how do you mean?
Yeah. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering.
I think, like all things, in moderation, can be used to your advantage. But if you consume too much of it, it just corrupts you or kills you.
Yeah, and then the Jedi, what was it? Jedi Academy game. Kyle goes, there's no inherently good or evil dark side, good or evil powers. It's just how you use them. But
yeah, a little chokes.
I don't know if I totally buy that
every now and then.
Yeah.
I read something. It was like, George Lucas said that he never really intended Jedi or Sith to be good or bad. That they're just people with opposing points of view. And it's like, why do the Sith look like that then?
Yeah.
Why do they look like they want to murder everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know definitely in like games that we've been shoehorned into, because like you can only program so much into a game, so you make it very obvious. If you're hurting other people, those are dark side points, and if you're helping other people, it's light side points. But like, as Kyle, you're probably about to experience that it's a lot more complicated with that once you start talking to Kreia about things. And
have fun with Kreia.
Yeah. And so I learned, I was listening to a podcast about Taoism recently, and they said that because of English translations into Taoism, and a lot of Eastern philosophy, it's always called the way, because in English you need preposition, you need an article, a definite article or an indefinite article, so you can't just translate it as way as it is in Chinese, because they don't have articles. So there's no the or a in Chinese. And this lady was talking about her expertise in that and said that really there are a multitude of ways. There's a myriad ways that lead to enlightenment, and I wonder if that is part of, because George Lucas has been very influenced, and I wonder if that was part of his, like, there are many ways to access the Force. There is a dark way, a light way, or maybe not even a light way, because there was no light side until which part? Was there a light side in any of the movies? Any of the prequels? Because it certainly wasn't in the original trilogy.
Yeah, because no, I think you might be right. Because I know it got mentioned in like the sequel trilogy, with like the dyad or whatever.
Yeah.
But no, that tracks, because like when I look back on how things are in Star Wars, like the light side, dark side, what a lot of the thoughts we have on it or ways we approach it, I feel like are more influenced by video games than anything, and the power set. Yeah.
But and
in
there's only
reality,
so much you can do in
like,
a video game.
Yeah, exactly. In reality, like, there's balance, which I think is a better thing to say than light, honestly, and all the different ways you can exist and live life within the will of the Force that way. Then the dark side always throws things out of balance and is always a corruption.
Yeah, because in the teachings of the philosopher that established my school of karate talks a lot about not doing things against the natural way, and influenced by obviously this Taoist and Buddhist teachings, and Confucianism, I think, was the main influence of his philosophy.
Yeah.
And yeah, when I'm practicing karate and like the technique just kind of clicks with my body, I feel like, oh, that is the most natural way to move, to generate force and power. And I feel like that's the that's the equivalent here in Star Wars of like, are you really ripping the power as much as you can through yourself? You using some sort of dark way to maximize your power?
Yeah.
Because certainly it feels really strong to just like hit a boxing bag or a punching bag or something with just wild energy. But there's also this kind of just the way, the
balanced way, not the light way, the balanced way.
Yeah, the naturalist way. Yeah. And the person on the other side of the bag, if they will tell you like, oh no, I actually felt a communication of your body weight through this thing. It was much more impactful, or the shock of it is different to if you just Street Fighter punch it.
That makes sense. I like that. But then again, like, if you're strong enough, the Street Fighter punch can do quite a bit of damage.
Yeah.
Which
people's cars with your bare hands.
Where does the Hadouken play into this?
But then that's all about like, are you physically stronger? Which is why, if you are technically very strong, which, a lot of things like jiu-jitsu and stuff, those ones are looking to leverage power in a way that you just can't physically force your way through. And then it's just a battle of who is the strongest person, who went to the gym and lifted the most weights, rather than the technical skill of doing things.
Are you saying gym bros are Sith Lords?
No, I'm not going to give them that. They are not Sith Lords. They are using the dark side to get their power. They aren't Sith, though.
The gain side.
Need more bro Jedis.
Yeah,
we got a few. Yeah. What's the Kelsa guy with the tattoo across his nose?
Oh, Quinlan Voss.
Quinlan Voss.
Yeah.
He's a bro.
He is a bro.
That one Jedi from Master and Apprentice, I can't remember his name. He's a bro.
Yeah, I think I know the one you're talking about. I can't remember his name either.
No one does. No one would Master and Apprentice.
Master and Apprentice? I don't even remember that.
It was a new canon book with they used some weird crystals for their lightsabers. To just
the colon crystals.
The colon crystals, yeah.
Yeah, the orange ones that were really weak but could go through shields made by them.
Energy shields, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it was like on a planet where they harvested bugs to make the gas for blasters.
Oh yeah, and it was that Jedi guy that was friends with Qui-Gon Jinn, right? Right. And he just had lady callers in the night.
Yeah.
Right. I remember the one.
And Qui-Gon's like, you're not supposed to have attachments. He's like, no, I'm not attached to any of these people.
It's true. George said the Jedi aren't celibate.
Yeah.
There's no laws against them holding themselves out.
Look, it's part of the Jedi code to hit it and quit it.
Yeah, exactly.
May the Force be with you, because I won't be.
Look, the Force works in mysterious ways.
I had thought about the dark side, because if it is something where it's just pure willpower and strength, then it makes sense to me that a lot of Sith Lords are very powerful. And the reason for that is because I think those who would succeed in that would be those who are naturally powerful, because they have that leg up from the innate talent.
Yeah.
That their M count gives them or whatever. Yeah.
I think it's also like a lack of restraint, because it's just they always end up hurting themselves in the process. Like when Palpatine is using Force Lightning, he severely damages his own body by doing so. And I think it's like one of those things where it's like, if you are becoming greedy enough, you will just kind of forego your instincts on things. Like, you know, the human body is a lot stronger than our brain lets it be. Like when you can't open a bag of chips, it's not because it's your brain. It's like your brain's like, no, it's a bag of chips. You shouldn't be using too much strength on this. There's a reason why when adrenaline happens, you can.
Yeah.
An interesting thing I read. Don't know how true it is, but an interesting thing I read: when somebody gets shocked by electricity, and their body goes fine. It's not because electricity does that to you. It's because your body's muscles all uncontrollably jerk and fling itself.
That's
Right.
cool.
Yeah, I mean, your jaw has the ability to bite your finger off like a carrot, but your brain prevents you from doing it.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Scott. I'm going to try right now.
Okay.
And while you're at it, kids, you can put a light bulb in your mouth, but you can't take it out.
Not in one piece.
Tasty.
But yeah, I think it is a lack of restraint, because they get a taste of something and they can't control themselves anymore. And like many things, you take in too much and you become greedy.
And it should feel good too.
Right.
Yeah. Like
who doesn't want to feel powerful?
Right, exactly.
Sometimes you get tempted by things, and I think some people are tempted by more persuasive things than other. Anakin wanting to keep his family alive, that's a hell of an offer to want to be like, yeah, I want to do that. Some people just really want to go home to Coruscant and are whiny little bitches, but that happens sometimes in Star Wars. I hate Torbjorn. It's like if Luke never stopped crying about going to Takati Station.
Yeah.
Well, Luke tasted more power to blow up Death Stars and decided that Tashi Station wasn't enough.
Yeah, it's just I think it's a thing of I think and who knows, maybe the reason why the whole like Jedi having no attachment thing, maybe it's just super easy to slip and take too much force in if you're wanting to save something. Maybe it's a lot easier to look at the dark side than anyone's willing to admit.
I think it is, truthfully.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just playing with something dangerous that no one should actually be messing with, but someone has to do it, at least some sort of control on it.
Yeah.
I think it's also the addictive feeling of like a rush of adrenaline, because the thing of the dark side is that you have to tap into negative emotions, which are of themselves very, very powerful, and then to feel powerful from those emotions must be very cathartic. So there's this swing of like negative to positive that is such a thrill that just creates this, I don't know whether we want to call it a virtuous spiral or what was the other one that goes down once? The
We're judging you.
but just
We're
like
judging you.
it's a virtuous spiral.
Death
and
spiral?
the death spiral, is it? No, it's not a death spiral, but like it's just negativity just continues to breed negativity.
Oh, okay.
There's a word for it, and it's usually the one I remember rather than the virtuous spiral, but it's just it's so habituating to go between those two things, and so people want to feel powerful, people want to feel in control, people want to feel like they are manifesting their own destiny, that becomes hard to turn away from. And the people with what do they call it, bigorexia, go to the gym, got to get bigger muscles, it's not big enough, I got to keep working on my traps. Okay, yeah, traps look okay, but I realize that, oh man, I got to get my pecs to stand out more, or and then well, maybe if I just took a little bit of drugs, that could get me to the body that I want. And like it's just those little things that
incremental steps.
The road to hell being paved with good intentions and a little bit of performance-enhancing drugs.
You're a Jedi, you get a crush on someone, you get with them, all of a sudden you're jealous of them being with other people. It consumes you, they leave you, and now you're just going crazy with everyone. And you're a total whore.
Well, maybe they shouldn't have taught monogamy to the Jedi.
That's true, yeah. Did they, honestly?
I don't know. I thought they taught him celibacy, but
No, they didn't. George confirmed it.
I guess.
Jedi are ethically non-monogamous.
They just need ethical polygamy.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Ki-Adi-Mundi has 2 wives because his species is endangered or something.
Yeah, something like that.
I thought it was more than that.
Yeah, I thought it was more than 2.
Let's see. Canon or Legends? Which one should I do?
This is the Lost Holocron. We do Legends.
Legends? Yeah, we're doing
We do
Legends.
whatever we want.
5 wives, 7 children.
5. Dang.
There you go.
He only has 7 children out of 5 wives.
Yeah, he's got to up that.
He needs to get on it.
Kids.
Those are rookie numbers.
Look, those women are working very hard.
But if he's going to save his species, what's the point of having 5 wives if he only has 7 kids?
They do have a low birth rate, though. So, honestly, maybe that's really good results for his species.
Could be. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. And probably exactly why he's in that position.
They just discovered how fertile he was, so they gave him more and more women.
Maybe the Force makes him more fertile.
The most fertile man. How do we end up at the most fertile Jedi?
Is that why he has such a big
Star
head?
Wars.
Is that where like his testicles are stored?
I don't want to hear whether there's more of it.
This has been Lost Holocron.
You can find transcripts like that.
This has been the last episode of the Lost Holocron.
We just got canceled.
Sorry, Stuart.
Look, we also need to think about the representing the female audience here as well.
All right, so where do you think we're heading? What do you think the next chapter is?
Back to the ship. Let's go back to the ship.
What's this podcast about again?
Kyle jumped to light speed and landed right in the hangar of the Chimaera.
Oh.
Well, like you said last time, well, I pointed out last time that you've been right on the money with this Millennium Falcon. I think that they are going to find the Millennium Falcon in deep storage or something. Or like they're in that trolley car elevator thing that's going one way and the Millennium Falcon's going the other way, and it's going to be like that meme from the Umbrella Academy, where Fives is going one way and there's the Millennium Falcon, and Mara is going the other way. There's Elliot Page.
Right. Just looking at each other like, wait a minute.
And then they're probably gonna take off, and then I don't know. Do you think they're gonna go? What do you with where we're currently at? How many chapters we have left? Do you think we're gonna even get to like part of the fleet in this book? Do you think the fleet is only being mentioned in this book, or are we gonna see it?
I don't think we've got enough pages left for that.
We have enough chapters left.
Yeah, because I mean, we've got three different perspectives that we're following. We're following Han and Lando, who are gonna go find some cruiser, which I'm guessing is probably not. We're gonna board the cruise before the end, but then not actually go on the cruise. And then we've got to have the liberation of Onaga, and these people need to escape the Chimaera. So, we've only got 2 chapters per point of view left. So
I think there's absolutely no way we're going to see Cyberth again in this book. I think he's knocked out for the rest of the chapter. I think maybe there's a good chance that the rest of this chapter is going to be like a span of like maybe an hour. Except for maybe the last chapter where it's like, well, guys, here's what's going to happen in the next book.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way they can cliffhanger what's going on in the Chimaera.
Yeah. Right.
Timothy Zahn wouldn't do us that dirty.
What if it's Leia getting captured and the Falcon is a plant for her escape?
Right, but now Thrawn is tied up with... He knows that there's intruders on his ship. Unless... I don't know.
Maybe he can solve that pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And then maybe that sets up why things are hard for Leia, because security gets tighter. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of things happening for Leia, I liked the report that there was scavengers still coming into Endor to try to scavenge Tomb Raiders for the old Imperial depots there. Because we got like a mention when they went there that it had been kind of forgotten by the rest of the galaxy because it's so out of the way as a place, but it was like, oh yeah, that's where the Empire ended. But nobody really goes there anymore because there's a bunch of teddy bears and
they'll kill you.
They'll kill you and eat you alive.
Yeah.
Rabid murder teddy bears.
How did they have a dress in Leia's size?
How did they indeed?
Maybe we need to watch the Ewok Caravan of Courage. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, that's one of them. Yeah, I still need to watch those.
Maybe there's a story for how the dress got there.
I've stopped watching it, but I need to see if it's still around, that weird 3D animated version of these stories.
Right, by Darth and something. Darth Andreas or
something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
He was looking for the first one. I don't know if he did it for Darth Course. I'll have to look into it.
He was still releasing the first one.
Was he? I thought he released the entire first book.
No, He was still working through it.
Okay.
Darth Angelus, that's who.
Yeah.
Playlists. Let's see. Heir to the Empire.
Did he finish the whole series, whole book?
It was 31 chapters, right?
Yes.
He's up to chapter 30.
Okay.
Oh, the 30 conclusion.
Oh, no, wait. It was 32 chapters.
Oh.
So he's got
Almost
2
there,
more.
guys. Understandable, because there's a lot to animate.
Yeah. That'd be a big job.
Yeah.
Much bigger than making a podcast about reading the book.
Not dating this episode at all.
Yeah, by the time this episode's released, you probably will have finished.
Yeah.
Maybe. It does take a long time. all right. Let's pick up our security blanket of Star Wars and go back to our
Karrde had some fun moments.
Yeah.
galaxy far away.
Yeah.
Super trusting of Luke. He was like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
You're
He's like,
somebody
oh,
I can
hey,
trust.
you want some ships, right? What's it worth to you?
Right.
Oh, no, not even that. Like, he was like, oh, what did Mara tell you about this? Just that you were in danger? She didn't mention anything else?
Mm-hmm.
No. Should she?
Oh.
And then he just got this, like, Vietnam
no.
stare off. It's like, it's like, you guys are going to get very rich. Let's get out of here.
Right. And I loved when he just immediately started making up things to go in the report Luke was doing as they were trying to look inconspicuous.
Oh, that was
The
cool.
fact that he
was
can
really
make it
good.
convincing too.
I don't think Karrde runs into many people who are doing something just out of the kindness of doing it.
And that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, not only is he doing something out of the kindness of doing it, he is doing something incredibly dangerous. He is on a ship busting his ass out of the prison.
Right.
And he's just like,
Yeah.
why are you doing this? He's like, because they asked for help.
Somebody said adventure, and I was here.
They asked
Honestly,
nicely. I said
would
yes.
Space adventure? I'm in.
You son of a bitch.
Give me a
I'm in.
give me a lightsaber, and I'm all on board.
Yep.
Hell yeah. That's all you need to get me.
You get to play with a lightsaber. You son of a bitch. I'm in.
Yeah. I also love how polite Thrawn was with his orders at the end of this chapter. He's like, as to his would-be rescuers, I want them also alive, if possible. If not, I'll understand.
Yeah. If not, that's cool.
He's in the pajamas. He's had his nightcap.
Mm-hmm.
They caught him at a
wake
good
wake
time.
me if something's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because even Pellaeon was like, I thought you went to bed.
I was just looking at some art.
Yeah.
He has a stuffed Wookiee.
Oh, he would.
A Wookiee or an Ewok?
No, it's just
Both,
Wookiee Ewok.
but he's
Stuffed
studying the
Rancor.
Trandoshans tonight.
Rancor.
Stuffed Rancor. Hell yeah.
Or Gundark.
What's the snow creatures?
A Wampa?
Yeah, the stuffed
Oh,
Wampa.
yeah.
That's what I
Wampa.
want.
Right. Yeah.
What did I read recently? And there was like forest wampas or something. I'm looking at that.
Oh, that's in Jedi Survivor.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That's
There's a
why-
what?
Forest wampas in Jedi Survivor,
An arboreal
right, yeah,
variant of them. Yeah.
which does imply the fact that the wampa that we've known up to this point are snow wampas.
They're basically the bears of Star Wars, huh?
The
Yeah, I guess so.
Bigfoots of Star Wars.
So there's Yeti and Sasquatch.
Right, yeah.
Is there oh, right, yeah. The Yeti is the snow variant.
Yeah.
I was going to be like, what is the snow variant of a Yeti?
A Yeti.
Oh, I think Thrawn doesn't realize that Luke is there. Oh, wait.
No.
No, he does. Yeah,
No,
because
he
remember,
doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, because
doesn't know.
that's why he's like if you can bring them alive, okay. If he knew it was Luke, he's like, yeah, alive.
Shoot to kill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guys, what if Luke gets killed?
Right.
Oh, yeah, that's going to happen.
But then
Yeah.
that really fucks up the rest of the E EU.
I'll eat my metaphorical hat if Luke dies in this book. I'll buy a hat and eat it.
But don't you think that he could probably figure it out from based on the fact that Mara had an Asila mirror with her?
I think he
Well,
might assume Mara is the part of it, but I don't think he knows Luke is there.
Yeah, but why would he need an Asila? Why would she need an Asila mirror if there's no other force sensitive that she's trying
Yeah,
to
because he doesn't.
jump
Thrawn
on the
doesn't
adventure?
necessarily know that she went to Jormar, does he?
Not now.
No, but that's what I'm saying is he might be able to
Yeah.
like divine that from the tools that she's using.
That's fair, but he pulls a lot of random shit out of his ass, and he's always right, so who knows?
Right.
That's a pretty fair assumption, honestly.
But yeah, I think that's going to be the thing that he overlooks, and just like the in the end of the last book, that it was Lando's override codes that got the mole miners to stop or keep going further than he wanted them, and this is the thing that he overlooks in this book is that Mara has the help of Luke.
Yeah. That's fair. You wouldn't expect them to work together.
Yeah.
See, Mara, this is why you choose friendship.
Working together, we can.
Friendship always wins.
Heart of the cards, baby.
Yeah.
Yes, Kyle?
I saw a video essay recently where someone's like, no, like, you don't understand. In Yu-Gi-Oh, they're not playing Yu-Gi-Oh. They were playing some random bullshit game where the cards don't have any description, and whatever you say that card does is what that card does. If Yugi pulls out a card and says that this card kicks you in the, that's what it does. Because there's a lot of people, especially in the original anime, there's cards that Yugi pulls out and says they do something, but it's just like not what the card does at all. So it's just random bullshit. Like, it's amazing.
I mean, it would make it a lot less commercially viable to have writing all over the cards while they're playing the anime, and they're like, do I really want to buy cards that aren't full illustration? I wonder what came first, the cards or the anime?
I want to say the anime.
I would have thought so, right?
And I want to say
otherwise,
the book first.
Really?
A book.
Manga, maybe?
I mean, the first line on Wikipedia should say exactly where it came from. Where did my phone go?
Oh no, Stuart lost his second brain.
No. Oh, it's in my pocket.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I like this chapter a lot.
Yeah, I enjoyed the chapter. Sorry.
This one was pretty exciting,
I
yeah.
was getting into the Yu-Gi-Oh timeline.
Jailbreak.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed this Prison Break episode. It's been great. I'm hoping the next chapter continues it off. Assuming they're going to fly out in the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah. I hope so.
See if you're right.
Yeah, I'm not always right. I make some wild predictions.
We love it. Make some more.
Yeah.
Sometimes I say stupid stuff, like, do you think Luke's ever used a vacuum? It just depends on how tired I am at the time.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a Japanese manga. Follows the story of a boy named Yugi who solves the Millennium Puzzle and awakens a gambling alter ego or spirit within his body that solves conflicts using various games.
Oh, so it's like Hellraiser. Does anyone have any more thoughts on the podcast, on the chapter?
Oh, podcast.
Oh, where do I start?
Yeah, thoughts for the podcast?
Yeah.
Podcast. I really love doing this with you guys, and
I do too.
I appreciate having you guys as my friends.
Same
Same.
here. Same
I'm gonna
here.
miss you guys.
This is a consistent joy for me.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I thought this was a fun chapter. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's nice seeing these characters all together.
Yeah,
I kind of
it
want some
was.
shenanigans with them now.
Yeah.
The two experienced smugglers and naive Jedi Luke
Oh, yeah.
behind
I
Imperial
think
lines. This is actually really good. I would like
Yeah.
much more of this.
Yeah.
I think this is an opportune time for Luke to learn more street smarts.
Mm,
More
street
what?
smarts.
Street smarts?
Street smarts, right? You know who
Yeah,
we're
I
missing?
think so.
Yeah.
Lando.
Yeah. We're always missing Lando.
Mm-hmm.
It's never complete without him.
This has been the Lost Holocron. You can find transcripts, links to discussion, and more at our website, lostholocron.com. While you're there, you can learn how you can support the creation of future episodes. Read on, and we'll be waiting for you next time. We would be honored if you would join us.